And what if I told you that the score between Paris Saint-Germain and Bayern 5-4 isn't a good score for either of them? And what if I made you to understand that that score might be the cause of their possible defeat in the finals of the Champions League? That will be our topic of today. I thought about it and I said, let me bring it up to you guys. First of all, do you guys think it's a good score? Was it an exciting match? Would you like to see a match again like that? Is it the best match of this edition's Champions League? Before I get into the details of my video, you subscribe. Okay, subscribe, like, comment to let me know what you think about this in the comment section below. Let's get into it. Paris Saint-Germain defeated Bayern Munich 5-4 in a very thrilling Champions League night that saw 9 goals. That it was end-to-end, attack for attack. But that particular match showed us a limitation when it comes to both teams. And that limitations has to do with defensive limitations, defensive non-awareness, okay, defensive shortcomings. It just simply means that for every attack that went towards the Bayern defense, he went through. And for almost every attack that went towards the Paris defense, he went through. Because Paris Saint-Germain had 5 shots on target, 5, and they had 5 goals. It means Manuel Neuer didn't make one single save. One save. I said the same thing against Real Madrid, where Bayern fans were saying that they won Real Madrid, they won the first leg. I told them that it is incomprehensible that you guys say you won a particular team, but your goalkeeper came out man of the match. It means your goalkeeper made a lot of saves. It means if Vinicius and Mbappe were as clinical as the attack line of Paris Saint-Germain, as we saw on Wednesday, on Tuesday also, okay, he would have maybe Real Madrid would have actually won Bayern de Munich. And exactly we saw it. It means Paris Saint-Germain had 5 shots on target and scored 5 goals. It means Manuel Neuer didn't make any save at all. And now on the side of Paris Saint-Germain, Bayern Munich had some few shots on target, maybe 6 or so, and they had 4 goals because Savonov did some 1 or 2 saves. And what if, even though it's a very thrilling match, so many goals scored, and what if that becomes a shortcoming? In case, or not even that, in case, when either of them, because one of them is going to go through, either Paris or Bayern, and what if it becomes a problem if one of them, if one of them happen to meet a team that's more organized, both defensively and a little bit attack-wise? What do you think that match is going to look like? For me, I think it's going to be a very difficult game. Now, talking about teams that are more organized, directly the other side of the Champions table comes into my mind, which sees Atletico de Madrid and Arsenal. That's so 2 teams that are very organized, very organized, especially defensively. Those 2 teams are very organized defensively, and attack-wise, they are not that bad. Atletico de Madrid have a very good attack line of Giuliano Simeone, Antoine Griezmann, Julian Alvarez, and Ademola Lookman that are doing very well. Just that 4 attack had to eliminate Barcelona from the Copa del Rey and the Champions League. Okay, playing that kind of if PSG or Bayern play against a team like Atletico de Madrid that have one of the best defensive line with Llorente, Hanko, Pibil, and Ruggeri at the back. At the midfield, we have Koke, Johnny, and Baina and the rest. Okay, with a very organized team, with an attack line and with Alvarez that maybe can score 1 or 2, and they are organized defensively. They don't leave spaces for attackers or the midfielders to run through with long passes and all that. Don't you think it's going to be a very hard nut to crack for PSG or Bayern? Don't you think it's going to be difficult for them to defeat teams like that? Or what do you think? Let me know in the comment section, because for me, it is something that we need to think critically and not just get away with the adrenaline of the 5-4. For me, that 5-4 exposes a very huge deficit, a very huge shortcoming when it comes to both teams defending. We go to the Arsenal. So far, people don't talk about it enough, but Arsenal is the only team that's undefeated in this season's Champions League. Arsenal have not been defeated this season's Champions League. Until now, Arsenal have not been defeated. They've had draws here. And mind you, this same Arsenal have already defeated Bayern the Munich 3-1. At times, I used to ask how the Arsenal happened to defeat Bayern. But it's now that I see because they practice dark arts. And the dark arts is that they're very organized defensively. Hence, they can hurt you when the attackers are on a good day, they can hurt you. And they're organized defensively in such a way that they don't concede a lot of goals. Now, imagine that this Bayern and PSG team, either of them, happens to meet either Atletico or Paris Saint-Germain, or Bayern or Paris Saint-Germain. Do you think it's going to be easy? No, I don't think. I don't think. Okay, they're going to really have a difficult time. And I even fear that with their lack of defensive structure in both teams, I personally think if either of them meet Atletico or Arteta's Arsenal on a very good day, especially on a one-off match, one-off match are finals, those kind of matches that the players will come into the field and play out their lungs, as in they will play out their destiny on the field. It's not like a match first leg and second leg where you can make errors during the first leg, then you come and correct it during the second leg. No. Okay, once you make errors, you pay for your errors dearly. What if PSG or Bayern meets Atletico or Arsenal in such a system, and Arsenal happens to score them 1 or 2 goals? Oh, they are finished. Oh, Arsenal will activate the dark arts, or Atletico with their defensive line, they are going to defend till the end. So personally, it really got me worried, because the only advantage of the Paris Saint-Germain and Bayern team are their attacks. Look at the attacks. Paris Saint-Germain have Desiré Doué, Ousmane Dembele, Kvaratskhelia. Solid. That attack line can hurt any team in the whole wide world. Bayern, look at them. You have Luis Diaz, Enrique, Michael Olise. Very solid. Can hurt so many teams in the whole wide world. But now we look at it defensively. Against Bayern, the defensive line of Paris Saint-Germain made us to understand that actually they are not as tough as we thought. Hakimi, that we thought that was a very solid and very rapid right back, saw himself going out injured. And funny enough, I think Hakimi will not be available to play the match against Bayern at the Allianz Arena on Wednesday. Yes, as informations are reaching, information are now that Hakimi is uncertain to play that match. Can you imagine? Hakimi went out injured because Luis Diaz had to mess up with his destiny. The defensive line, okay, Pacho, that we thought that was a very solid defender, ended up causing a very funny foul in the box. That was what gave the penalty to Hurricane that scored. Marquinhos, yeah, plus or minus, he wasn't bad. Left back Nuno Mendes, that we thought that was a very excellent left back that played good matches against Lamine Yamal. Michael Olise dead with his destiny and soul. I'm sure till today Mendes is to recover from what Olise did to him. Okay, so now we go to the side of Bayern. Left back, we have Alphonso Davies. He was the one that caused the penalty. Okay, defensive structure. Jonathan Tah, it's not reassuring. Upamecano, yeah, he's the great big Upamecano, but he had to win just one duel against the Paris Saint-Germain attack. Just one. Right back Stanisic, Kvaratskhelia messed up with him once. Kvaratskhelia had to score, and they even had to change Davies for Lima. Even so, you see that defensively we thought that they were really solid and organized, but no. Each of the teams have showed that they both have weaknesses defensively, and against solid and organized teams like Arsenal and Atletico de Madrid, I fear the uncertain might happen. What we have never thought about might happen. And it's really going to be a shocker. But at least before it becomes a shocker, it should be that I talked about it before it became a shocker. So you guys do let me know in the comment section, what do you think? What final will you like to see? Bayern Atletico or Bayern Arsenal, or PSG Atletico or PSG Arsenal? And if each of them meet, who do you think is going to carry the day? Dark Arts or a hard and ball by Cholo Simeone, or the attacking football by Vincent Kompany and Luis Enrique? Okay guys, we come to the end of our video. Make sure you subscribe, it's very important, it helps the channel. Like is very important, and I'll be reading all comments and responding to all your comments. See you in another video. Peace.